If you're turning 65 this year, I need you to stop what you're doing and watch this all the way through. Because there are three benefits sitting on the table right now that are legally yours, that you have already paid for, and that almost nobody is going to tell you about. Not the government, not your insurance company, not even your own doctor's office. And here's the part that should make you a little angry. Two of these come with a deadline. And if you miss the window, you don't just lose out this year, you get penalized for the rest of your life. I'm going to walk you through all three in plain language, tell you the exact dollar amounts, and tell you precisely what to do about each one. Before we start, do me one favor. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell. This is exactly the kind of thing I dig into so you don't have to, and I don't want you missing the next one. All right, let's get into it. Benefit number one is the one with the clock on it, and it's about Medicare. Here's what most people get wrong. They think that the day they turn 65, Medicare just switches on automatically and everything sorts itself out. For a lot of people, that is simply not true, and the mistake is expensive. When you turn 65, you get what's called your initial enrollment period. It's a 7-month window. It starts 3 months before the month you turn 65, includes your birthday month, and runs 3 months after. 7 months total. That's your window to sign up for Medicare Part B without a penalty. Now watch this, because this is the trap. If you don't sign up during that window and you don't have qualifying coverage from a current employer, Medicare hits you with a Part B late enrollment penalty. And this isn't a one-time fee. It's 10% added to your premium for every full 12 months you could have had Part B but didn't. And it stays on your premium for as long as you have Medicare. For life. Let me make that real. The standard Part B premium in 2026 is $202.90 a month. Say you put it off for 2 years because you didn't understand the rules. That's a 20% penalty permanently. Your premium jumps to roughly $243 a month and it never comes back down. Over a 20-year retirement, that one mistake can cost you close to $10,000 for absolutely nothing. And here's the part that catches the most people, so listen closely. A lot of folks think, I'll just stay on COBRA after I retire. That counts as coverage. It does not. COBRA does not count. Retiree health coverage does not count. The only thing that lets you delay Part B safely is active coverage through a current employer with 20 or more employees, either yours or your spouse's. If you're still working at a big company at 65 and you've got real coverage, you're fine, and you get a special 8-month window to enroll when that job ends. But if you're leaning on COBRA thinking it buys you time, that clock is already running, and most people find out too late. So what do? If you're turning 65 and you are not covered by a current employer's plan, enroll during your 7-month window. Don't wait. If you are still working, confirm in writing that your employer has 20 or more employees before you decide to delay anything. That one phone call can save you from a lifetime penalty. Benefit number two is the one I get most fired up about, because it's free money that millions of people leave on the table every single year. There's a set of programs called Medicare Savings Programs. In plain English, these programs pay your Medicare Part B premium for you. Remember that $202.90 a month we just talked about? For people who qualify, the government pays it. That's over $2,400 a year back in your pocket. And the highest tier, called QMB, doesn't just cover the premium, it wipes out your Medicare deductibles, your copays, and your coinsurance too. Providers aren't even allowed to bill you for them. Now here's the number that should stop you cold. AARP estimates that around 6 million people who are eligible for these programs are not enrolled. 6 million. That's millions of seniors paying premiums out of a fixed income when the government would cover it. simply because nobody told them the program exists. And it gets better, because signing up for a Medicare savings program automatically qualifies you for something called Extra Help, which covers your prescription drug costs. Extra Help means a $0 Part D premium, a $0 deductible, and just a few dollars in copays for your medications. Social Security estimates Extra Help alone is worth about $5,700 a year per person. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I make too much to qualify. And here's why you need to actually check instead of assuming. The income and asset limits changed, and several states, including New York, Connecticut, Maine, and others, have eliminated the asset test entirely. That means the money you've saved doesn't even count against you in those states. People who assume they'd never qualify absolutely do. So what do? Do not disqualify yourself in your own head. Contact your state health insurance assistance program. They call it SHIP, and it's free and unbiased. Or apply directly through Social Security for Extra Help. Have them run your numbers. Worst case, you spend 20 minutes and find out you don't qualify. Best case, you just found several $1,000s a year. Benefit number 3 is brand new. Most people have never heard of it, and it's only around for a few years, so pay attention. The tax law that passed in 2025 created a brand new deduction just for people 65 and older. It's often called the Senior Bonus Deduction. If you're 65 or older, you can deduct up to $6,000 per person. For a married couple where both spouses are 65 or older, that's up to $12,000. And here's what makes it special. This stacks on top of your regular standard deduction and on top of the extra standard deduction seniors already get. It's an additional deduction, not a replacement. Even better, you can take it whether you itemize or take the standard deduction. Most tax breaks force you to choose. This one doesn't. Now here's the catch, 2 of them actually. First, it phases out at higher incomes. It starts phasing out at $75,000 of income for a single filer and $150,000 for a couple. And it disappears completely at $175,000 single or $250,000 for a couple. So this is aimed squarely at middle-income retirees. Second, and this is important, it is temporary. It only applies to tax years 2025 through 2028. After that, unless Congress extends it, it's gone. So this is a use it now benefit. What do? Make sure whoever prepares your taxes knows about this and claims it on the new form, Schedule 1A. If you do your own taxes, don't skip it because the software may not walk you through it clearly. For a lot of retired couples, this deduction shelters thousands of dollars of income from federal tax for 4 years running. That's real money, and it's yours, but only if you claim it. So let me bring this all together. 3 benefits, all yours, all commonly missed. Number 1, your Medicare enrollment window is 7 months around your 65th birthday, and missing it triggers a penalty that lasts for life. So know your date and don't rely on COBRA. Number 2, Medicare savings programs and Extra Help can pay your Part B premium and slash your drug costs, worth thousands a year, and 6 million eligible people aren't claiming them. So get your numbers checked even if you think you earn too much. And number 3, the new senior deduction is worth up to $6,000 per person through 2028. So make sure it lands on your tax return. None of these show up automatically. Every single one requires you to raise your hand and claim it. That's exactly why so few people do. If this helped you, or if it might help someone you love who's approaching 65, share it with them. It could be worth thousands of dollars to somebody you care about. Subscribe, turn on that bell, and I'll see you in the next one.